Welcome back to Absolutely Marvel at DC. My name is Benny. That is Sal. And today we're going to talk about the Shang-Chi trailer. We're going to do what we normally do here, where we go beat by beat through it. We'll go literally from the beginning to the end. We're going to use the trailer from the Marvel Entertainment YouTube channel, so if you want to follow along with the discussion. But before we even get into this one, Sal, my first thought watching through this trailer, they gave away far more than they ever give away in a Marvel movie, and I feel like I have the entire plot. And we're going to go over all of it watching this trailer again, but I feel like we have the entire plot to this movie.
Yeah.
Like, they gave away all of it.
Yeah, there's not much to extrapolate. I mean, like, there's plenty to extrapolate. It's just, yeah. No, I agree.
It was just like, why would you give away so much? Like, what trailer company took over this one? So
Sony did it for them.
Yeah, seriously. Like, is this like a Spider-Man trailer? Like, oh, I have the whole plot. Cool. These are the trailers that when Dylan tells me he doesn't want to watch a trailer, I understand why. Yeah, because these are the ones that ruin the movies for you.
Yes.
So before we go to the trailer, this is my warning to all of our viewers. If you haven't seen the trailer, I actually don't recommend you watch this one because it just gives away too much.
Yes.
So let's get into what it gives away. All right, so
okay, here we go.
Right at the beginning, 1 second in, we right off the bat see the 10 rings and how they're important. Now, first off, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, the 10 rings, which are being used here in this intro cutscene, now I'm watching video games, all the way.
Right.
It was a lot of CG. You could.
Yeah, this movie has a lot of cutscenes in it, let me tell you.
Up to the 15 seconds. The rings were actual rings in the comics, right?
Yes, the Mandarin wielded rings on his fingers.
And each ring does something different.
Yes,
right?
they do. Yeah, that's right.
Because that's my first problem with this. They completely reinvented the rings for this movie.
They're totally different. Yeah.
So we got 5 rings on each arm, showing them being used in various fashions for the first 15 seconds. It's probably gonna. My feeling is that first 15 seconds is the intro to the movie explaining the rings, showing them throughout history.
Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. I was, because I think like, and this might be me misremembering just from the Iron Man animated series where like they spent an entire season of the Mandarin trying to recover his rings.
Right.
But it could be that, you know, it's about him recovering his he spends however long trying to recover his rings, and it's like I'm trying to remember what movie it is. It reminds me of as well, but it doesn't matter. The point is, you know, he's using his vast resources and criminal underworld connections to ultimately get his 10 rings back and be like, okay, now I've got my ultimate power that I use to, like, you know, fight armies and knock down doors or whatever.
Yeah. So then the next, first off, at 21 seconds, I want his shoes. I don't know why, they look really good. But anyway, he lands and just, they're dope shoes. Anyway.
They are.
We go all the way, like the next batch of this, it just shows that basically going into what I said about this trailer giving away too much.
Yeah.
He was raised by the Mandarin. That's pretty much given away right here. His mom tells him he can make his own life. It shows him trying to train. It goes all the way up to, like, literally, it looked like that's the entire training montage up to like 38 seconds into the movie. 38 seconds into our trailer.
Yep.
Then we see him battling what I'm assuming is probably the Hand or Mandarin's goons or whatever at some arena thing, which we'll get back to later.
Yes.
He's literally fighting all of the Mandarin's goons. It shows the martial arts looks incredible. The choreography is going to be incredible in this movie.
Yes, I hope so.
And then at 53 seconds, we have the Mandarin stepping forward going, I'm glad I was right that they couldn't kill you. Showing literally, I feel like we've just watched the first half of the movie, Sal.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. No, it is. Well, you know, you get this idea. He's, you know, the Mandarin is power hungry. He needs these rings. He's got these connections. He's obviously like, you know, he's clothed in legitimate business, but he's also, of course, like in charge of the criminal underworld. His mother and he have different ideologies. He leaves to make his way in the world, maybe separate himself from his father. He makes friends. He gets attacked one day, maybe when he reaches like, you know, whatever age the Mandarin was when he first wielded power. Doesn't matter. The point is he reaches the age that Simu needs to be in order to be in the movie.
To be in the movie.
Right? And then he's like lured back and he's like, okay, well, what did you do with the time you had off? Like you made friends, you hung out, you had crappy jobs. Well, no, now you got to take over the empire or whatever. It doesn't matter. So yeah, no, it's every origin story you've ever seen.
My theory is this is the first 45 minutes of the movie. Maybe the first 30, so we can get to like the midpoint.
Yes.
But we know the plot of this movie up to that point already. So moving forward in the trailer, which showed, we now see the Mandarin's base. We see more battles going on. We see him trying to control the 10 rings, which apparently do not all individually have different power, because the way we see him used in this entire trailer is like a force blast kind of thing.
Yeah, they're used in unison. Maybe it's like they don't work unless they're all in sequence or or together or something like that. It's like an anti-Infinity Gauntlet where it's like, you know, they all need to be together in order to work. I don't know.
So obviously he, for some reason, gets them and is trying to use them and talk to his dad. He's probably trying to convert them, and he's probably like, I will use them for good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right. Or I got to get them away from him, you know?
Right. Which then leads to, I was doing all these other things. I thought I got away from this life. So basically it's him unlocking his power with his group of friends.
Yep.
That,
the power of friendship.
Up to 120, it's literally, Mandarin's like, now you would take the rings. And he's like, no, I can't use the rings. And it's like, I will unlock my own power. Group of random friends, let's go. Like,
yes. I mean, yeah. And then, and then there's a dragon.
Right. And then he goes to the temple where he's learning to use the rings with the Mandarin, and the giant tiger thing shows up again. That is at 125. And then he's shirtless to show that he got in really good shape for the movie.
Yep. Everybody gets that shot.
Yeah.
I get it.
And then it's just a bunch of fights between Mandarin and other people, and then the dragon underwater, where he's probably going to get his power.
Right. Whatever power that might be. I don't remember Shang-Chi having any powers besides being really, really good with his hands. I think he has the deadliest hands in the world, but like, all right, now he uses powers.
Dragon powers. But my assumption is Mandarin's going to team up with him to unlock the rings or something like that. Based on this. Because it looks like Mandarin's working with him. Like, I've got the rings, son. It's time for you to go on your journey to unlock the rings.
There you go.
He's on this journey with Mandarin and the friends. Because then we got a scene at 1:39 in this trailer. Is this what you wanted? So my assumption is Mandarin wants him to unlock all that power. He does unlock the power, which leads us to towards the end of this trailer, where Mandarin and him are fighting. The conclusion to the movie.
Yeah, and they're both like wielding rings. So yeah. So that was a fun movie we saw. It was only 48 seconds or whatever.
I don't think we have to watch the rest of it. I mean, I'm assuming that the visual effects are going to be amazing and the martial arts are going to be amazing. But I was excited for this movie, and now I feel like we just watched it.
Yes. Okay, so as far as this movie's concerned, I remember when they announced it, I was kind of like, this is going to be cool because, like, I was really hoping for like a street level Marvel hero, and Shang-Chi is absolutely one of those people.
Oh, he is. To actually get a movie too, not just.
But we're not. And I was like, man, I can't wait to see Marvel doing street level, and that's not what this is. Like, it is not. It's got magic. It's got rings, dragons. It's got multiple locations. A lot of CG fights. There's a bus chase. Like, there's a lot of there's magic water and blasts and rays and colors and stuff. So it's one of those classic
Marvel
phase 2 Marvel movies.
Right.
And on one hand, I was a little disappointed because I was like, I kind of wanted to see like wire work and people fighting like in the streets and doing just people being people and showcase that, like that scene from Infinity War where Ronan is killing all those people, and I was like, that's like a Daredevil movie or a Moon Knight movie, like let's see it. But then I remembered that this is like one of the biggest budgeted Western made Asian oriented movies ever. And the entire cast practically is Asian, and
I think the entire cast is, other than Tim Roth, if he's actually back for this. Like,
there's no way he's not.
But even at voice capacity,
he's doing voice. He's not doing white. He's not doing capture work. He's like, you can get somebody else. You get Andy Serkis or something like that. But like for me, I'll do the voice, and that's fair. But you're getting like everybody who goes to see a Marvel movie, they go up and they watch the characters on the screen, and they all look like they all look like white guys, unless it's like Anthony Mackie, Don Cheadle, etc. but like we had a Captain Marvel movie, which people were like, it's kind of cookie cutter, it's kind of whatever. But it's like, yeah, but the protagonist is a woman, and it's like about her journey, and it's like, so you get a Marvel movie for you, and this is a Marvel movie for people who want to see like just an entirely Asian cast, and it's like, you know what? I can't begrudge them that.
Well, they're redoing what they did with Black Panther.
Right,
with
right.
Black Panther,
yes.
It was the almost entirely black
cast. Yeah.
Other than who was it? Who was it? Martin something? I think. There was one white guy.
Martin Short. Or no, Martin Short. It was Bilbo.
Yeah. But like they're doing that
Freeman.
again.
I'm
still gonna see this movie, and I'm probably gonna love it because I love martial arts and I love that kind of like whole thing.
Yeah.
But to me, honestly, this feels like your stereotypical, like 90s 2000 martial arts movie that I used to watch all the time.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It reminds me of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but with Marvel flair. That's what this reminds me of.
Well, I would love to watch
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I want this. But when they announced Shang-Chi, everyone, including you, was like, oh, it's finally going to break the mold. We're going to get the street-level martial arts. Yeah. And I agree. I would have preferred that. I'm probably going to love this movie. I'm the guy that likes Ant-Man, and like half the world apparently hates him.
Right?
So
I love it. No, forget it.
But it's just weird. You know,
that
and this trailer's terrible. Do not watch this trailer. Like if you
No. Well, it gives too much away. But like at the end of the day, you know what's going to happen. Shang-Chi's going to refuse the call to adventure. He's going to get roped into it. He's going to lose his sage. Yep. He's going to fight his dad. He's going to realize he needs to be Shang-Chi in order to save the world. Like, it's all, that's what these movies are. But it's with the cachet or the like just the exposure of a Marvel movie. Yeah. And it's like the whole cast is Asian. You get this whole huge movie that like showcases that. And it's like, that's really cool and so good. Like, go for it. I think this is cool, and it looks cool, and I love the cast. I like everybody who's in this movie, and so like it'll be fun and it'll be funny and hopefully dramatic, and more importantly, my only thing that I will like caution is I hope that the CG isn't quite as bad as Black Panther's.
Black Panther had some pretty bad CG, especially the ending when it was just two CG guys slapping each other around in Black Panther costumes.
Oh, what a sin, right? Like, it was just...
The movie was incredible. You get to that last fight, and it's like, so we're just two CG guys in the same costume fighting.
Yeah, so disappointing. So disappointing. And it's like, and it looks really bad. It's just, and it's not their fault. It's just, it took, they didn't have enough time to do it right. And so I hope against hope that this movie, like, looks dope. It looks as dope as as they're reaching for. It looks fun.
So final thoughts. You excited for the movie?
Yeah, I say I'm excited for this movie.
Yep, I am.
Plus Abomination. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, we didn't touch much on that. There's not much to touch on though. He just shows up, and I get a feeling it's going to be you got to show your worth, go to the arena, and the martial arts, UFC style fighting, and Abomination.
Yeah, it's the scene from Pokemon where he fights Charizard.
Yeah, that's what it is.
By the way, but they changed him. They changed Abomination to look good as opposed to horrible.
Yeah, he's got the fin ears, and he looks like Abomination now.
Yeah, he looks like Abomination. Good.
And he's gonna be in She-Hulk, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah, and that is Tim Roth as well. So yeah, no, that works for me.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah. How about you? Are you jazzed?
Oh yeah, I love martial arts movies and fantastical, mystical movies and stuff like that. So I'm all on board with this. Yeah. I mean, I'm the guy who watched anime right up until 2016, where I just took a break from it because a whole bunch of other things, and any other channel you can know, it's a manga story and related.
Yes.
And now I've just recently gotten right back into it. Like, I want to watch all my anime. I'm going to be that guy that's like 60, like, yeah, let's go watch all the anime.
Yes. I think everyone in the old folks' home is going to be watching anime and listening to like Eminem.
Yep. Will the real Slim Shadys please stand up? But that's the end of today's episode of Absolutely Marvel at DC. I hope you enjoyed our review of this trailer. Let us know in the comments down below what you think, because I really do think this just gave away way too much. And it didn't feel like a Marvel trailer, because I don't normally watch these and say that. Normally I watch these and I'm like, oh, here's a lot of speculation. Here's a lot of ideas. That was a cool scene. Like, we still don't really know what Black Widow is about. Bear in mind, a lot of people have already seen it, but we don't actually know what it's about yet.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, that's true.
Based on the trailer.
I'm concerned that the studio is like, we spent all this money, we made this movie, but like now that we're putting it out, we need to make sure people go see it. It could just be a COVID effect where they're like, we need to convince them to see it. Let's just show them, like, let's not tease them.
Right.
This is the movie. You're going to see a Marvel movie. Go to the movie and see it, please. Yeah. Like, for God's sake, it's not.
That could be it.
We're not breaking the formula up. It's just, but please watch it.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, thanks so much. We'll see you next time right here at Absolutely Marvel NDC.